Welcome everyone to our Convos with Community Back to School edition. We're very excited to have everyone here, and we're very excited to put out this resource and recording for folks who are looking to get involved with the community and see how we can help you with the back to school atmosphere. So first of all, we are just going to quickly go over our agenda. So we will be introducing ourselves, and we'll be talking with everyone about community access. So we'll be checking out the SSO accounts and anyone who might be still looking to update their account to an SSO account, and how we can get you connected and what we're getting you connected with. We'll also be diving into the getting involved with community. So we'll be connecting you with how to ask questions, interact with other educators or administrators or even learners in the community, and as well as D2L experts. We will also be discussing our Learning Center and how it can both help you expand in your teaching and developing capacity, and also how we try and partner with our Brightspace community members to build better resources for everyone. Then we will be talking about connecting with one another via our community groups and our events, where you can find those, where you can get updates and like groups of interest. And then we'll be discussing how you can stay connected with us, how you can stay connected with the community team and your colleagues. So to cap it off, I am Andrea Blackwell. I am a community specialist here at D2L, and I am very excited to share and learn with all of you today.
Perfect. Thanks, Andrea. I'm Julie Lau. I am also a community specialist who is very fortunate to work with Andrea. Unfortunately, we're missing our team lead today, Stephanie Baldwin. She's not able to attend this meeting, but she's just equally excited to get you enabled inside community. So on the community team, we like to have fun. So we do like to inject a little bit of fun into everything we do, including our events. So we thought it would be a fun element to have a little bit of a gamification aspect to this event. So we are going to be popping up a few polls throughout this event. Some of them are just fun, little tidbits. Some of them are really to help us collect information and feedback from you to help us plan future events. So we're just going to get started here. The first poll, which you should see pop up on your screen, is with a single sign-on Brightspace community account, you can use one set of credentials to access community, learning center, events, product ID exchange, our ASC homepage, or all of the above. I see some of you voting already. I'll just give a few more seconds to allow more of you to interact with the poll.
Don't worry, we don't grade these.
No, just for fun. Wonderful. So it looks like all of you said all of the above. That is completely true. So we'll just dive into the next slide. It's very true. Just recently, we launched our single sign-on access with your Brightspace community account. So with one account, you can access community, learning center, Pi, all of the community events, including Brightspace guided training, and the ASC homepage. So it's really one set of credentials to have access to all of those resources, which is pretty fabulous. If you haven't already done so, please register for a single sign-on account. That will mean that you'll have access to all of those spaces we mentioned. We have recently added, based on customer feedback, an ASC homepage button. So this lives right on the homepage of community. It's an easy access, a one-click away to get into the ASC portal, where you can create IT tickets, if you need to log support tickets, or it's where you can see all of your existing support tickets and the stage or process that they're in as well. So if you're having, yeah, absolutely. We can share. Andrea, do you mind grabbing the link for the registration? If you are having any difficulty at all, oh, sorry, ASC. Thank you, Sarah. Great questions. Please keep them coming. ASC stands for Approved Support Contact. So every single organization that is a Brightspace client has one individual designated as an ASC or an Approved Support Contact. This is the person within your organization who is able to file support tickets if you're having a technical issue with Brightspace. If you're not sure who your ASC is within your institution, I would suggest just connecting with your IT help desk, with your administrators of your institution, and they should be able to get you connected with who that person is, who will be able to file support cases or support tickets on your behalf. If you're trying to register and you're running into any issues, we do have some support sessions coming up a little bit later in September. One's happening next week, and there's another one happening the week after. These are just designated times where you can connect with community. We can just really jump on a call and help you troubleshoot any of those single sign-on registration issues. Perfect. So we're going to pull up another poll here. The next one is, so this is a true or false question. So a community member can access a community tour right from the Brightspace community homepage. Is that true or false? I see some of you jumping in there to interact, which we really appreciate.
And just to let folks know as well, with some of the questions, when we post a recording of this, we'll also be posting resource links. So access to registration, our community tour, and other things like that. So we will make sure that you have those different resources for us to share with you.
Excellent. So it looks like all of you said true. Ooh, you're passing. Just kidding, it's not a test. That's absolutely true. So we'll just jump to the next slide where we let you know how you can get connected with the community tour resource.
Yes, so we have a community tour resource that we've built so people can understand what the community is, what to find in the community, how you can be connected, and just understanding how you can become a member and finding further information for questions you might have. So when you come into the Brightspace community page, and I can actually just quickly show everyone, as long as I make sure I have the right screen. We have there we go. We have our Brightspace community homepage, and on here you will find there's right here the Take a Community Tour button. If you click on this, it will take you straight to that article. And on this article, we talk about things like what areas of access you will have with SSO. We have a bit of an introduction video to better understand the Brightspace community and what you can find, what you can do. We talk about our discussion forum, what you can use the discussion forum, and different places you can access. So this resource is really just to give a quick overview of what you can do in the community with links out to resources for in-depth views. As you may have specific questions like, what's the product idea exchange? How do I post a pie item? Or how do I become a new member of the Brightspace community? And and these will link you to our frequently asked questions or our SSO registration guide. So this is really our one-stop shop for just understanding what the community is. It's quick and easy to share with colleagues who might have questions, and then diving deeper into what the community can do for you. So getting back to our PowerPoint, we're very excited to share these resources with you. And on top of that, we have our next question. Julia, I will pass the poll on to you.
Sure. Thanks. So you should see it cropping up. Here we're asking who can ask and respond to questions within community. So is it only Brightspace clients, only D2Lers, only Brightspace experts, or all Brightspace community members can ask and respond to questions? Oh, those responses came in fast. It looks like it's an astounding, unanimous, all Brightspace community members, which is completely true. We definitely, we definitely want all of you jumping in. It's really like the expertise of every single community member to be willing to share, to ask questions, share best practices that make the community such a valuable place. So I'm going to pass it back over, Andrea, for you to kind of dive into what does asking a question really look like in community?
Yeah. So if you are new to the community or are not sure about Brightspace community discussion forums or questions, if you're not, that is all right. So our Brightspace discussions on the forums are really focused on a place to post and read and reply to threads. We love it when our Brightspace community members like share their thoughts and experiences, but we also love being able to share our own thoughts and experiences with folks using Brightspace and needing help or how to best utilize it. It's really a spot where people can collaboratively come together and share knowledge to do everything from troubleshooting an issue to maybe talking about how they gamify student learning experiences, or how they're using AI in the classroom or don't want to, or how accessibility is in their learning environment. So what you can do when you are in the Brightspace community is you can actually search our community and you can review the thousands of questions that have already been answered, and even the ones that are new and fresh and might not have an answer yet if you feel like jumping in. We do like to go over our stats briefly. So in August, we had 250 questions answered, and the average time to receive an answer was less than 3 hours. I need to give a big, grateful kudos to our many teams at D2L. So it's not just a community team jumping in for those. We're seeing product managers, customer success, we're seeing support. People from all across D2L are really coming into the community and making sure that Brightspace community members are feeling heard, that they're getting the best answers to questions, and that they're getting the help they need, and also that they're sharing feedback with all of us, because we love hearing your feedback, which is something we take into account as we have changed up our customer journey categorization, also known as customer enablement. So in Fusion, we did a testing survey with Brightspace members, and we asked them what they needed out of categorization, what was working best for them. So product taxonomy categorization came in with a higher score. Oh, sorry, I apologize. The customer journey categorization came in over product taxonomy. And most importantly, a lot of our participants did not select the category button without a prompt. So what we've done is we've changed our content categorization. So it's now much more clear what our different customer enablement categories are. So you will both see them in the customer enablement section of the community. So this tile down here is an example. Get comfortable with Brightspace is a place to ask your questions about anything related to access, finding your class, or getting comfortable, all the way to what is it for communicate or evaluate or action. We've also added it now so that when you ask a community question, and you select the customer enablement section, when you pick one of these, there is also a description in that editor box to let you know as well. So we're trying to put it in as many areas as possible, and we're trying to hear that feedback and make sure that we are helping Brightspace community members to place their questions or their discussions in the best spot possible that they feel the most comfortable or they'll be the most heard. And so our next poll.
Thanks, Andrea.
Julie.
Thank you. So would you want to partner with us to create a resource in the Learning Center? Is this like a you bet, sign me up, I'd love to, possibly, depending on what the time commitment is, or no, absolutely not, this isn't my jam, not right now. I see some of you jumping in, pretty quick to respond. This is really helpful information. So it looks like some of you have an interest, which we're really excited about. Hopefully we can provide a little bit more information about what that kind of partnership entails. And then to be able to reach out to you to potentially spotlight some of your work in Brightspace.
So how do we spotlight that? One way is the Brightspace Learning Center. So our Brightspace Learning Center is a spot you can access thanks to our SSO account. So with that one sign-on, you can also access the Learning Center. And there you are going to find freemium and premium content. So some content is open to all Brightspace community members, and some content comes along with perhaps packages that your learning institution has purchased. Things like Brightspace guided training and such. This is a place where we really like to highlight and spotlight the work of other educators. So one we recently have, and you know, if you're new and you're wondering where to start, I highly recommend Lynn's take on gamification. This is a new Brightspace learning resource. You can have like a nice little badge that you earn after and you can share. But really, Lynn's take on gamification is a great resource. And Julie, I would actually ask if you could speak a little bit on it, just because you did so much wonderful collaborative work with Lynn on that.
Sure, absolutely. I did put the link in the chat, so that will take you directly to that resource. This was such a fun one for us to really partner with Lynn Thomas, who is a K-12 educator. She's just doing some incredible work with gamifying her learning instance. So her inspiration actually came from attending one of our events last fall, where we spotlighted our Learning Center resource, the Instructional Design Best Practices Escape Room. So we held a couple events to highlight different tools in Brightspace that you can use to gamify the experience to ultimately increase engagement with learners. So Lynn had actually attended those sessions, and then in one of our feedback collecting surveys, she had indicated that she would like to partner with us to kind of showcase her work. So it actually kind of came full circle. We partnered Lynn up with the creator for the ID Best Practices Escape Room, Rabia Ijaz. And it was just this really beautiful collaboration where Lynn was then able to kind of take some of the things she had learned, some of the inspiration, and then now she's doing it on a daily basis where she's creating these lessons for her students. So she was really generous to share with us some of her blog posts where she outlines different tips and tricks. We did an interview series with her, so you'll hear right from Lynn. Again, about just highlighting some of the tools in Brightspace she uses, and also how you can get started. So It's a really quick resource. It's just a few short modules. If you have an extra 5 or 10 minutes and you want some inspiration for kind of how to like brighten up your learning environment, it's definitely one that we encourage you to check out because it was a really fun collaboration. And as Andrea said, we're always looking for new partnerships. We love being inspired by our clients' work. We obviously like learn so much from our clients all the time about new and exciting ways that they're using Brightspace tools and products. So we would love to partner with any of you as well to really shine that spotlight and recognize your work.
Thanks, Julie. And as well, the Brightspace Learning Center is also about just learning more from other educators, D2L experts, and what you can do. So we have great spaces like the Accessibility Academy in there, our escape rooms, and we also just have further learning on how you might use Video Note for feedback or HTML templates. It's really there to help support folks in utilizing Brightspace. And yeah, we're very excited to share that with you. So who has access? If you are a Brightspace community member with an SSO account, you will be able to access the Learning Center from the homepage with the Quick Links widget. And then Learning Center access is provided to instructors and administrators who are currently using Brightspace. So again, when you log on with that SSO account with your professional email, and put in your institution's information in the registration field, it will automatically connect you to any sort of packages or courses that your institution has on the Learning Center as well.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Andrea. We're actually going to switch gears a little bit to another area of community, which is our community groups. We have gone through a lot of changes within our community groups since we launched last November. There's been a ton of new groups added, which we're super duper excited about. Groups are really a space for you to be able to join, to connect with peers and colleagues, to share best practices or strategies. You can ask your questions in kind of a more intimate setting if that's more comfortable. It's really a space for you. We have lots of group leaders also running events on a regular basis that are group specific. So we do just have groups for all different interests, all different kind of segments and roles. So we do encourage you to check out the groups space. You can access it right from the top nav bar in resources. You'll see community groups right there. When you click on that, that just takes you to a full listing of all of the community groups that are available. Some of them you'll be able to jump right into and see content, see who the members are. Others will be have sort of different privacy settings. So you'll have to request to join. And that just means that request goes to the group leader who can then just decide if based on, you know, your role, if this group is a good fit for you. If ever a group is not the best fit, we'll always suggest other groups that might be a good fit depending on what you're looking for, really what you're hoping for by joining a group. So as I said, you will notice lots of different changes within our group's space. Our group leaders are more engaged than ever. So we've really been building out closer partnerships with our group leaders so that they're developing systems for regular engagement, regular content to be sharing. As I said, we have lots of new groups, which we're very excited about. With our sort of end of year group evaluation process, we are noticing that some of the groups that we've migrated over from the old community space maybe don't have as much engagement as we'd like to see. So we will be making kind of those tough decisions to bring some of the groups down and remove some of those groups. We're not going to leave you stranded, though. If you are a member of a group that hasn't seen that regular activity, that regular engagement, we will always be suggesting new groups. So potentially ones that you didn't even know exist because they might be a new group space. So you might see those notices within the groups that as of this date, this group will be deleted from community with some link outs to suggested other groups that you may find valuable. Yeah, so just to kind of let you know what's to come for groups. Excellent. So I think this is our last poll question. What types of community events do you want to see more of? So do you want to see more Convos with community sessions like this one, where we share the latest and greatest resources inside community? Are you hoping for customer spotlights, connecting with product experts, customer success webinars, or connecting with the accessibility team? I'm realizing now that when we normally ask this question in other capacities, there's kind of that multi-select option. So in this case, you'll just have to pick your one most favorite, but we still definitely appreciate your feedback, sort of picking like what you want to see most of. So this is not surprising to me, which lots of you are saying connecting with product experts. We've heard lots about that. Some of you are saying customer spotlights, which is also something we've heard lots from our clients. And is kind of a great segue into our community events. So we are super thrilled that our new community platform enables the ability to be able to connect in a synchronous way. So we've been hosting tons of events over the last year. And as we sort of go and build out more and more events and plan for more, we're always wanting to collect that feedback from you. So we have hosted 2 kind of large scale client surveys within the past 6 months that are really asking, what types of events do you want to see more of in community? It's been astounding, and today's no exception, that really what we're hearing from you is that you want to be connecting with product experts. So that's really number one, first and foremost. Additionally, you want to see customer success webinars come into community and then Convos with community sessions as well. So we are always gathering this feedback, whether it be through surveys or community polls, because we want to ensure that as we're planning and hosting these events, that we're really hitting the mark on the kind of content and the types of people that you want to be connecting with, that you're finding value in. So what are we doing about this? As we learn more and more through your feedback, we're hearing you. We definitely are making a shift with our events so that we can be building closer partnerships with our product and customer success teams. We have seen in the last few months more and more sort of product focused events. So just last month, we hosted an Ask Me Anything that was focused on Ipsos questions. So it was really an FAQ. We developed a community discussion asking what types of questions related to Ipsos are you hoping that we'll address in the event? And I'm super proud to share that we were able to connect and address and answer every single question that was asked. So we did have folks coming into that discussion prior to the event and letting us know, and then they came to the event and their questions were answered. We had an astounding number of questions come in through the chat during that event as well. I think there was over 30 in like a half an hour span, all of which our product experts on that topic addressed right then and there. So this was a really successful style of event, really to address your questions in real time with the product experts. So we are building out lots more opportunities like that one for the rest of this year and into the new year too. You'll see lots more that are formatted in a similar way. We are also developing closer partnerships with customer success teams. So currently there are a few that really aim at partnering with some of our clients and the customer success to be bringing you different topics. I think there's an accessibility focused one that's happening next week, where the customer success team has partnered with one of our clients. I believe it's University of, I'm going to keep myself honest. I'm going to take a little moment. Sorry. But I do want to make sure that we're giving you the right information. It's on September 27th, and it's really understanding and addressing accessibility. So it's customer success is partnering with the University of South Dakota to bring about awareness around federal rules about accessibility, as well as how you can be implementing some more accessible practices within your LMS. We are committed to hosting at least one Convos with Community session per month. So these are, us, your friendly community team, bringing you the latest and greatest updates in community, some of the changes and improvements we've implemented, all based on your feedback, as well as some of the events that are coming up, some of the new resources that we've come out with. So really keeping you up to date on what's going on in community. And we've definitely dedicated that time and made that commitment to be hosting those on a regular basis. We also have a very exciting event coming up, Let's Learn with Language Educators. So that's happening next week on September 27th as well. This event was really inspired by client feedback. So we had a gentleman from Carleton University, and he was really saying like he's a language educator is his role, and he wanted more opportunities to be able to connect with folks in similar roles. So what we've done is we've brought together a panel of learning educators to really answer some of those questions and share what they're doing inside Brightspace to deliver, content that's sort of language specific and how they facilitate that. So it's going to be a really exciting one too. Again, where we're giving our clients the voice to really be the teachers. We're learning so much through these partnerships. Events can be accessed. Again, we've tried to make it as easy as possible for you. So just from the homepage nav bar, if you click on events, you'll see some that are community-wide, so some that everyone have access to. You'll also see a little toggle button if you click into events where you can filter for group-specific events. So this means when you select the group-specific events, you'll see any events happening in the groups that you're a member for. So if you don't have any events within that section, it just means that there's no events happening within the groups that you're a member of.
Yeah, Julie, if you'd like, I
Yeah,
would actually love to take folks through this just real quick.
please do. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's helpful.
yeah. So it's a lot of events, which we are so excited to host, and we hope our community members are too. We also realize that sometimes it's like a little bit overwhelming to hear all of them. I might feel that way when I look at my calendar sometimes. So we've done our best to make it concise and easy for people to just find out about what's going on. So when you come into the homepage, we have our events right there at the top nav bar. And so when you come in, just as Julie was saying, we have our community events right here. And we really encourage all of our D2L teams who are just fabulous at hearing us out to post their events ahead of time so you can come in and you can view them. We also, as Julie said, we have our group events. So any groups you're a part of or groups that are public, you will be able to see those group events just right here. And even as well, we have a changing view. So you can see just my events, just events that you are RSVPing to and saying, yes, I'm going. You can view past events. So if you're ever curious, when was that last convo with community? Or when was that last, product event? You can view that too with the past events. So we also have, and I am biased in encouraging people to subscribe to this because I update it every Monday, pending that it's not a holiday. We have our community events thread. So we've created this thread because as community members, you have the ability to bookmark it just right here with this little toggle. So if you bookmark it, what that means is that every time an update occurs, so every time I come in here on a Monday to flood this thread, you will get an email and it'll just give you a brief little snippet that there's been an update and a little bit of a text snippet. And then you'll see a post like this, just saying, this is what's happening this week. So if you're interested in going to any of these, you can just take a quick look. So we really want to encourage our Brightspace members to engage with us, give us their feedback. Events are one of those ways, but we also want to make sure it's a way that you feel is accessible and not like a barrage. And also with that event thread, if you ever have feedback about our events, we are always open to hearing that feedback, and we really strongly encourage that. So thank you, Julie, for highlighting the events. And in line with wanting to hear your feedback, how can you stay connected to the community? So you can ask questions, make connections via our discussion forums. We have our community FAQs. Again, we will be leaving behind kind of this slide as a resource with all these clickable links. We have our community updates, which is also a thread in our community corner, same place as a community events thread. You can bookmark that and you'll get updates that are happening in the community, anything from, customer enablement categorization changes to there's an update with the Learning Center. We have our community events thread, which I've just shown you. You can also email us at any time at questions@community.d2l.com. We also have I'm still calling it Twitter. We have a Twitter handle at Brightspace Help. You are very welcome to connect with us on there as well. We also post daily about either events that are happening, or we post about, neat things that are in the release notes or courses that you could find in the Learning Center, things that we're learning from other educators, administrators, developers, learners. So yeah, we love to stay connected with you, and we hope that you'd want to stay connected with us. It's okay either way. And yeah, we love to hear your feedback. It helps us plan future events, and we just want to say a big thank you to everyone for spending some of your lunch hour with us. We have a poll, just a quick satisfaction poll, so we can gauge how we are doing and what improvements we can maybe make. And we would love to give everyone just a little bit of time back in their day as well, and just say a very big thank you for connecting with us today.